Arushi Srivastava from Rady School of Management with her talk, What If Connection Starts Before It Exists?
Remember the first time you met with your childhood best friend or someone you're really close to right now? Do you remember those initial sparks that made you feel connected to them? Maybe you were planning something exciting together or just envisioning your future with them. You see, the connection in those moments feel natural, almost effortless. But here's the reality. 1 in 6 people today worldwide feel lonely. And we do not really understand how connection begins, moment to moment. But we do understand that connection is a really important thing, both psychologically and physiologically. And I wonder, what if connection doesn't start with our histories? Because we're often assuming that our connection starts with past identities, histories. But what if connection doesn't start with our past histories? What if connection begins with a shared imagined future? In my research, I study how social connection begins and whether imagining these positive future events with someone else can bring people into psychological and social and physiological harmony. So in our lab, we bring pairs of strangers together. They have never met before. I sit them across from each other and guide them through a shared imagination task. Now, as they're doing these rich tasks, we measure connection on multiple levels. We track their heart rates to see if their bodies begin to align. We track their facial expressions and behaviors on video, and we also record their moment-to-moment feelings of connection. Together, this multi-method approach allows us to understand connection as a dynamic and embodied process. So, interestingly, rather than asking if connection happens afterward, we ask what sparks connection in the first place. And with our behavioral data set so far, we are finding some really cool and interesting findings. First of all, we see that when people start imagining a positive future with someone else, their bodies begin to align. And they're experiencing higher levels of joy with this other person, in turn making them feel more connected. But what's more interesting is, if we were to look further and we could find that people's body is able to align through in real time, that will suggest that connection is not just psychological, it's embodied. And that matters. Why? Because it would allow us to understand connection across mind, behavior, and body in a more nuanced and tangible way. So we could design brief, low-cost interventions to tackle how we rethink about like our classrooms, institutions, relationships. Because maybe connection doesn't always require years of shared memories. Maybe it begins in the moment when 2 people start imagining a positive future with each other. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So, what positive future should we all co-imagine together?
Based on how things are going, I think a positive future for the world. Just like...
What does that look like? Lead us through it.
Okay. I could talk what happened in my experiments.
No, not the experiments.
Okay.
For us.
So by positive, I think what I mean is, let's say it's you and I, we imagine a future where we're able to be more happy with each other, do some more creative things. So it's more about like building things together or doing something that makes both of us feel really positive in the moment, but it's also tangible. So we're also able to imagine what that would look like. So I think, yeah, just how things are in the world currently, just imagining really positive things for the future generations that are yet to come. So.
Yeah. I'm hearing something about hopefulness in there as well.
Absolutely. I think hope is a thing that's tied to positive imagination and even future. Because most of the time when we're thinking about a future, it's like, what are we hopeful about? So a lot of things, of course, like positively tied, but things that both you and I collectively are hopeful about. So it's not just like individual aspects, but us as a collective. So yeah.
Can you tell us about a person in your life who brings you joy or who's impacted you in a positive way?
I would say, so I've met many people in my life who have impacted me, but I think there are more so people who I haven't met yet who have impacted me a lot. So I believe a lot in spirituality and I have been practicing it for a long time. So they've been like certain spiritual leaders or generally like authors and the professors that I've read their work. So I think those are the people that have really inspired me because they push that boundary and allow me to think in a fresh perspective that I haven't gotten before through my own personal experiences. So yeah.
Have you ever had a person who you hadn't met, who you then met? And how did that experience
absolutely. I think
relate?
In academia, there are many people who I think are superstars for me. So I've been like reading their work, but when I got to see them for the first time in conferences, it was like a celebrity moment for me. It's like, oh my God, this person is like breathing, talking right in front of me. So I think that's definitely, yeah.
It's very inspirational.
It is. It's breathtaking. When you see them for the first time and talk about their work, it inspires you to a different level, I think. So yeah.
So what is something that you do to recharge?
I like to draw and paint and cook, I think. Yeah, that's one thing that really recharges me, and go out sometimes. Yeah.
Tell me about your medium. Do you use charcoal? Do you use pencil?
I use acrylic. So acrylic paints on like a canvas or just like wooden blocks or something like that. So yeah.
Okay, now, if you could have any superpower to enhance your science, what would you choose?
This might be a little creepy to some people, but I think...
It's a great start. Keep going.
But I think I would love to, because I study emotions and well-being, I would love to understand what people are feeling despite what they're showing. So it's like, I see someone and then I just instantly know what they're like feeling in the moment, what emotions are going through them. So that would save me a lot of time of like hooking them up to ICG, ECG, and like I can just see we're walking. I see what you feel.
You would need so much less funding.
Exactly.
You could cure our funding crisis.
All
right
I need
there.
is humans. That's it.
That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.